Here's the former UCLA Bruin, Kaimi Fairbairn, to get this one started. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Mark Ingram. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Jackson. This will be caught by Brown. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Jackson. Going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Whitney Merciless barreling in for the sack. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. A big play that time for the Ravens. 42 yards.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. He was trying to go back to Hollywood there, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Jackson going to throw again. And he's got it. The Raven passing game getting in sync. Another 1st down.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate. Gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that could be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. 2nd and goal from the 1. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1. They tried to get the nose of the football across to no avail, and now it's 3rd and goal. Third down and goal now, and this Houston defense not backing down. They'll look for one more stop. From the gun, it's Jackson. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Willie Snead there to make the grab. And the Ravens take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 26. Back to throw, Watson. Flushed out right. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35. Well, you're already down on the scoreboard, and now, Charles, you go out there, very first play, throw the interception. That defense, they're going to have to bow up.
Yeah, let's see how they handle this, because we always talk about reverting back to what you practice. Well, you practice these situations. It's called sudden change. You don't expect to be out there this fast, but you are. Do you go out there with poise, or do you go out there with panic? Panic could get you scored on again.
After the interception, here's Jackson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. To throw on 2nd and 10. Jackson, that's into the hands of the tight end Boyle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 16 yards on that one at a Raven first.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Now Jackson on 1st down. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. Jackson throwing on target to Brown. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 30.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the 1st down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. And Jackson throwing once more. They go screen. This is Ingram. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. So negative yardage, a loss of 3 on 2nd down, and that leads to a tough 3rd down call. To throw again is Jackson. Got a man, it's Brown. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 6-0 our score after 1.
Check 41. Defense. Let's go, defense. Here we go.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on 1st down. He's going to find his tight end Boyle. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. That's a 12-yard gain now on back-to-back plays. Again, Jackson. The quick slant caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. That's good for a gain of 6, second and goal.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away as the Ravens push further out in front. And that's why you have the fullback, Charles. Couldn't get it into play before with the smaller guy. Turned to a little more power. They score it.
And that has to warm the hearts of a lot of old-school football fans. They love when they get to see a little bit of power football.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the lead now stands at 13. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This one taken just inside the 10. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They find themselves down 13-0 here as they try to get things started offensively. 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. That complete to Lamar Miller. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
3rd and 2, Watson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And he's got some space here. And a terrific return there. They're finally able to corral him down near the 11-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. And it's caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Well,
and he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. It's the fullback. He scored on the ground and through the air as the Ravens push further out in front. And he wasn't blocking or running it there. They tossed it to it.
And you remember the good old days when the 49ers were riding roughshod in the league? They use their fullback in pass plays all the time. Roger Craig, Tom Rathman, those guys were terrific at running these types of plays.
Tucker with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to an even 20. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Texans take over 1st and 10.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
You know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching.
Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it, and it's picked up by the Ravens. But they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football.
Should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
Throwing on second down. Jackson has got his man. It's Andrews. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
There's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. To Boyle here over the middle. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Watch it. Watch it.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Jim.
Jackson now. This one complete to Ingram. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. On 3rd down, Jackson rolling to his left. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half. The first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock.
It got his man complete. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's Watson. And the catch made by Hopkins. And they move this all the way down to the 9. That's good for 28 yards. The Texans with the first opportunity now from the red zone. They're looking at a 1st and goal from about the 9. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Darren Fells as time expires in the first half, as they are now on the board here in the first half. And now they'll elect to go for 2 and try to cut into this lead a little further before they head to the locker room. Watson now to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is a real, I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something.
And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
After the sack on first down, Watson, the Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Watson. Steps away to his left. He can run for it, and he will. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. Here we go on 4th. Watson. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, 48 yards. And the Texans get a bit closer. Bill O'Brien with a call here. We'll go for 2. And before they can get the play off, here's a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball. That's their first of this second half. Now Watson, he's going to lead the Texans up to go for 2. Now Watson. Being chased out left. And he will get into the end zone to shave 2 more points off the deficit. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They've got to right the ship. They had a great first half, but the lead has really gone down. Now, you always talk about the adjustment to the adjustment. They've got to adjust right here.
And I think a lot of it is just mentally. Get back to doing what you were doing well in the beginning of the game, but a lot of that is playing with that emotion and that sense of pride and fire that sometimes goes away a little bit when you build up a lead. You think you've got it going, and you also think at any moment I can go ahead and go back to the way it was before. You and I both know it's not that easy once you get off the gas a little.
Yeah. Looking for Snead, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. After the interception, here's Watson. Escaping the pressure right. He's got Fuller. And he's going to get this inside the 30. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. A first down carry now for Miller. And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4. To throw on 2nd and 6. Watson dancing to his left. He'll try and run it. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
Set. 19. 57. Time to go right now. Check. Check out.
From the gun, here's Watson. Forced out to his left. He'll run it. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And it's picked up by the Ravens.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. They run. It's Mark Ingram. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
They'll try to run for the first with Ingram. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
Not the result they were looking for there on 3rd down. They end up taking a loss on the play. The only person happy now, the punter, gets to go out there and show mom that he gets to play in the game.
And this one will be touchdown right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down. On 3rd and 2, Watson buying time to his left. He may try and run for this. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a 1st down. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle. The throw once more on 2nd and 10. Watson, it's complete to Hopkins. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. Steps away to his left. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. Kenny Stills, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd down. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson, being chased out left. And he's going to keep it here. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the 1st, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Texans.
On 1st down, it's Watson. Flush to his right. Now he'll pull it down. And I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Back now in Baltimore. It's Texans football, but they trail here as we get started in the fourth quarter. From the red zone now, Watson dancing to his left. And he'll be forced out of bounds shy of the line of scrimmage, so that'll be credited as a sack. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12. They'll try the air now with Watson. To the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. And they tried to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be 3rd down. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
The Texans on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll be brought down shy of the 1st down marker at the 11. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down. And they'll run for it with Miller. And he has the 1st down before he's tackled at the 5. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. To throw is Watson. Eluding the pressure right. And now he's going to use his legs. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain.
And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Taking it in from a yard out as they have now chopped this lead down to 3.
And Brad, I think we have to look back at the big call to go for it on 4th down.
Yeah, that set up everything, and the end result, the short touchdown run. Correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think every coach would have gone for it back there.
You and I both know every coach would not have gone for it back there, so that's showing a little bit of faith, actually showing a lot of faith in his team, and it was rewarded.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a 1-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So, my goodness, I wouldn't have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the 2nd half. I just wonder on the other side of the...
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Pernell McPhee, always a threat to find the QB, and he gets to him there. Another try after the 1st down sack. Watson escaping the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Looked at me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield, and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it was a big adjustment, but much more emphasis on making sure they knew where he was when he decided to take off and go.
That's good for a Texan 1st down, a 12-yard pickup. On 1st and 10, Watson flush to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. A well-executed safety blitz by Tony Jefferson leads to the sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Throwing on second and long. Watson. This is caught. That one goes for 30 yards. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Watson. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Jalen Ferguson in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And they're knocking on the door. Second and goal now in a one-score game. Second down and goal. Watson flushed out right. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. It's a safety blitz and a sack for Earl Thomas. They need to reverse the trend. The last two plays have gone backwards. Now it's third and goal. He'll look to throw. That's going to be caught. A big play, but still not enough. Leads to a fourth and goal. Likely the play of the game here. Trailing in the final quarter and going. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Lamar Miller. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Texans have taken the lead. Here we go now as we get set for a big two-point conversion. Now it's Watson. Forced out to his left. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Tried to roll out and make a play outside of the pocket, but couldn't get it done.
When you don't have a lot of space for your receivers to operate, and down there it's really condensed when you're snapping the ball from the 2-yard line, rolling out, you extend a play, but you don't necessarily open up better avenues for people. And on that play, there's just nowhere to go with the ball, and you end up getting sacked.
And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They're down here in a one-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not because...
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And this will be a touchdown. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. Charles, we've seen them target one of their main weapons time and time again. Maybe they went to that well too many times there.
Yeah, and it's so difficult to determine how many times is too many, because how many times have we seen a team go and play and say, until they stop us, we'll keep going. Well, they got stopped on that one, and it cost them 6 points.
And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The lightning rod, J.J. Watt with a sack. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down, and the pressure gets to him again. Whitney Merciless, showing no mercy, flies in for the sack. Now after that sack, it's third and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Now it's Jackson. Over the middle, complete. It's Andrews. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. That's to his running back, complete. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. And Watson's going to throw it here. Escaping the pressure right. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now it's Watson. Flush to his right. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Charles, in this one, I think the storyline really, the 4th quarter, coming into it neck and neck, but they were able to separate, put their foot on the gas, and get the win.
And since you mentioned neck and neck, I'm going to stay with a little bit of a horse racing theme. It was that close, and then really went into the gallop and finished it strong.
One more horse racing theme.
Go.
I am glad you posted today.
Thank you. I appreciate that.